Upstate golf guys, we're back again. Grip it, rip it, let it fly. We play to win, never lay up. That's the play. From tee to green, golfing every day. With RGB, scram 518, Mikey and Anthony. Pin high dreams, feel the breeze. Fairways calling down the tees. Roll it smooth, Lombardi's tight. Drip on the green, yeah, we're rolling right. Addicted to golf, we're on the dance floor. Tee it up once, then we want more. Swing and shine, we're keeping score. Tee it up once, then we want more.
And welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. It has been a couple weeks since I put out an episode. I have been very busy, to say the least. I have two daughters that are in softball now, so that is basically taking up most of my schedule of the week. And then the rest of the week, I am golfing, baby. I am golfing, getting ready for this Golfweek Amateur Tour. And with that said, I am bringing back the Golfweek Spotlight for 2026. And we have the first segment of the year, fellas. We have the first segment of the year. And with me tonight, I have the new director of the tour, of the New York Upstate Tour, Evan. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, guys? Good. Everything's great.
Good. Awesome.
Busy day in indoor Golfville. You know, people getting serious about their game, so it's fun.
I love it. And then also, I have two good friends with me that have been on the tour basically since I've been on it, known them for a while now. And I said, I got to get these guys on because they had a showdown, which we are going to talk about later. I have the winner of A Flight, Jason Hoch. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Not much. I was scoreboard watching. I was watching you all around. But I got to say, I was creeping on my man Kevin as well. What's up, Kevin Dumasich? How you doing this evening?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Good, man. I'll tell you what. I went on a trip with Kevin. What was it, in March, Kev?
Yeah.
And I have to say, you at least started off differently than you did on that tournament, huh? You started off pretty decent.
I mean, it was. Yeah, I started steady.
Steady. That's all I'm going to say.
Blow up.
That's what dude, down there, you were like, you were texting me by like the 8th hole. You're like, I'm out of this thing. I'm so done.
Yeah.
But
I mean, then when we went to that trip, I had no idea where the ball was going.
No,
I think I told Evan at the first tee box, I'm not really sure how this is going to go today, but I'm going to try and put something together.
No doubt.
That sounds right.
But all right, we're going to talk to you guys shortly about your round and how the course played and all. But first, I want to get Evan's take on his first event, bro. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty smooth. Just like with any event, I mean, you know, again, you and I've talked about it. Like I've run, I don't even know, more events than I can even pretend to remember, you know, with a lot of different levels of complexity, and, you know, everything went smooth. There was no major hiccups or anything like that. So felt good about that. You know, the little learning things about, you know, a couple little format tweaks we'll have for next go around. You know, getting some feedback from the players, make sure we've got everything set up the way that, the players want it, so that, you know, everybody's happy. You know, a couple little technical things that, you know, I learned along the way that are super boring and it won't bring up on the show. But yeah, everything went really smoothly. Thought we had a good day. It was freezing in the morning. I don't know if you guys noticed the top of the mountain that you could see across the river had some snow on the top when we teed off. So that was, you know, not exactly how I'd planned that to go, but, you know, it's late April in upstate New York, right? You know, What are you going to do?
Yep. It used to be April showers bring May flowers, but we had April snow flurries this year. So
there's snow showers.
Yeah, that was all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, down in Saugerties, New York, we were at the Swan. I'm representing the hat here that I got there a couple years ago. Beautiful track, man. It is a beautiful track. You're kind of up in the elevation on a couple holes. A lot of water, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I thought actually it's so interesting. I was totally wrong. I thought I'd been to the Swan before, and the course I was thinking of was definitely not where we were. So I don't know what I had stopped around my head, but it was a little interesting. We got there and I was like, "Hey, where's the range?" And they're like, "Oh, wait, there's no range here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, didn't know that." Um, and then the layout was super cool. Again, not what I had originally pictured, but it's interesting because it's like this cool blend of target golf with like some resort style holes and a couple parkland style holes mixed in there. So it was, it was a cool layout. When I got out to drive it, when the guys were out there, I went out and watched the action, you know, from my little spectator cart. Um, there's some really, really neat holes there. Got to see some good golf shots, a couple not good golf shots, which, is just as much fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
I know, Evan, by the
yeah.
way, let me cut in real quick. People,
Yeah.
I have to say from what I heard, I was asking, because again, I wasn't there. I was
Yeah.
asking all my friends how it went. And one of the things they liked about you, and they all mentioned, I heard from the same thing about it. They said, "Oh, it was really cool. Evan greeted us all at the first hole. Then he greeted us all at the 10th hole. And he was riding around kind of watching us. And he's like, and like Johnny really enjoyed that. I think Kevin mentioned it, that I thought that was pretty cool of you.
Yeah.
It's something I feel like a director should do, keeping an eye on things and not out there, playing,
Yeah.
You're actually out there doing a director job.
Yep. Well, I mean, again, it's one of those where, I was kind of spoiled when I was learning how to run tournaments. I was working for the PGA of America, and, they've got, some of the highest standards around for what they expect from, their professional staff. So, I can't imagine doing it any other way, I guess, because that's just kind of how I learned to do it in the first place. And, anything is about being present. So you're there and you want to be available for your players, and you're there to do a job. You're not there to just kind of hang out, and that's how you're going to provide better experience. And that's how you develop relationships with the guys on the tour that are going to want to come back and play, and know when there's an issue, they're going to know where you stand, and if anything needs to happen, you can handle it professionally. I think that's again, it starts with relationships beforehand, and being out there is the only way to do that.
100%. I agree, man. I agree.
Mhm.
So Evan, why don't you give us a quick breakdown?
Yeah.
We'll start at D flight, and if you want to work your way down, give the titles name. Do you get the names, and then I'll share screen, and we could show their scores as you're giving the names out here.
Yeah. So it's funny, on the 10th tee, like you were talking about, I was talking to the guys, and Brian DeBell came through, and at that point, I think he was leading D flight at the turn. And he had like a 3 or 4 stroke lead, and he made a comment. He's like, "Oh, that's nothing." He's like, "You got to watch D flight. Guys can come from 6, 8 strokes back in 2 holes, right? One guy makes a birdie or a par, and someone makes a triple, and bang, 4-stroke swing, and he's like, you got to pay attention, see how it works." And as the back 9 unfolded, that's exactly what happened. And Arnie Hoch came in and played a really strong last 4 holes, and stuck in there and got him by 2. But I thought that was his awareness there to kind of call that out was pretty cool. So Brian DeBell was our second place finisher in the money and in the points. Arnie Hoch took down first place, with a smooth 92. I think he shot like 40 on the back. I think like 50, 40, something like that. But he had much stronger back 9. So that was really fun to see. Sea Flight, we had one of our new tour members who I've had the pleasure of knowing for a long time. Coach Gerald Washington. He's the coach for the LaSalle girls team. He's done some awesome things with their program, but a real class act. He came out, and he works hard in his game. He was down south very recently, so he's played a little bit more than I think some of the other guys around. I think he was in Ireland not too long ago, but he took down Sea Flight, so he's 1 for 1, one round, 1 victory.
That's who I'm looking at I'm looking at my competition there with Mr. Washington. So that's my flight. That is my flight. So I'm looking forward to playing with a new member of tour.
Yeah.
Evan. So that's awesome.
Best part was, I was talking to him on the 9th hole. It's a par 3 over water. And he came up, and we were joking about whatever, with the whole group. and guys in front of him, stuffed a couple real close. And then, the first one goes in and, splashes it in the water. And he's like, "You can't watch me." I was like, I gave him the jinx, as he rinsed one. And I was like, "All right, sorry, coach. I'll leave."
It's funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
But he
Yeah, man.
hung on anyway. So
Yeah,
that's good.
sometimes, or it's that, or when you watch your your group does something, it's like you always follow and you do the same thing, especially when it's something bad.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen that
Oh,
situation.
for sure.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, it's also like you notice there's a lake there. Like, oh, okay, well, there's a lake there. Where are you going to hit it? Right in the lake.
yeah, of course.
It's
Of course.
psychology, right?
Absolutely. All right, B Flight, man. We got a good one here in B Flight, man.
Yeah.
This is another good friend of mine who's been on tour for a while.
Yeah, so I thought this was pretty cool. So Matt Durway took down B Flight with the low flight of the entire round. So the medalist for the tournament, the 76, Matt Durway taking down B Flight. And I think the fun part is second place was actually right behind him. Travis Humans came in and, was the other one to say, sub 80 and shoot 79 in some tricky conditions.
I know that's that's Travis's home course, so I know he plays there on the regular, so that definitely helps for sure. I'm not saying he can't, do that at any other course, but that's like, it's me. I could go shoot out low 80s at Freer Park where I'm in the high 90s, mid 90s, anywhere else.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, home course advantage is a real thing.
Huge.
The green's a little bit better. It's basically Augusta out there.
Why do you go up to before you do A Flight? Why didn't you go up to Champ Flight?
Yeah, so Champ was another. He's a new member of the tour. Adam Canlin came in. Good player. He got a great looking swing. Didn't have anybody in the flight there, so he kind of got the cruise all the way into the win there. But he played with a bunch of the other guys in A Flight. I think he was in your group, right, guys?
Oh, I have. Yep.
Yeah.
They're
muted.
Yeah. Just while you were going, I muted them a little kickback. But yeah, they were in your group, guys.
Yep. Yeah, they all played together.
Okay.
Cool. Him and I think was Max in your group too.
JC, I think his name JC.
Oh yeah. It was Jason. But JC is what it lists on the. That's right. That's who's the other one in your group. Yeah. So JC is a transfer. He was on. I think he was on the St. Louis tour last year. And he's now up here. I think he moved for work. I'm not entirely sure of that, but he was in St. Louis, played in that tour last year. I think he played a couple national events. So happy to have him on the tour. But that was our good start there. I think if I recall, at Freer we've got 3 or 4 Champ Flight guys signed up already. So that'll be. I think I'm excited to see a couple more strong competitors in that first super low handicap flight.
Absolutely. All right, man. This was the one I feel like. I mean, I was watching. I don't know if everybody else was watching, but before we ask the boys a few questions, why don't you give it a little breakdown, Evan, from what you saw happened in A Flight?
So I knew there was something close because, I was back and I said to Colin, I was like, where the hell is everybody? I was like, the carts are done. Like I was watching the pace, playing everything on the computer inside toward the last couple holes. And everyone was kind of gathered around 18, waiting to see what the scores were. So, I didn't make it over for the gallery at the end, but, I knew it had to be close. And I pulled up the leaderboard and think before everybody scores on 18 were in, it was Jason, Kev, Josh were all, and maybe Max was also there. But there were 4 players all with like the exact same score. And I was like, oh man, this could go anyway.
Josh Eads was right there too. He made a run right at the end. Yeah.
That's what it says. Josh. I think Josh was tied with you guys on 16 or 17.
He birdied 15 or 14, which gave him a boost. Josh Eads, I believe.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
Yep.
Man.
So I mean, it was neck and neck. I mean, if you kind of look at how it finished, right? The top 4, 81, 81, 82, 82. Right. I mean, that's serious. That's good.
Absolutely.
No.
But the winner was our man Jason Hoch, he took it 2-hole playoff. It ended up going to, which, I mean, for the first event of the season, talk about pressure. I mean, you can't get any better than that. You cannot get any better than that. First off, why don't we start with Kev before we go to Jason, the champ? Kev, it was a tough finish for you, bro. It was a tough finish for you, but an incredible Why don't you tell me how the whole round went for you, basically? I know we said earlier that you started off steady. You didn't blow up the first couple holes like we did down in VA. But yeah, Kev, give me a little breakdown of the course and how your round went in your eyes.
Yeah, so I mean, at the beginning of the round, I just focused on making pars. Just keep making pars and try and let the birdies happen. Let's not force anything at that course. I fell into a rhythm and took a couple bogeys here or there in the first, I don't know, 7 or 8 holes. But Jason was sinking what seemed like every putt he was putting. So it kind of made it fun. So we were like kind of chasing back and forth. I'd pull out a couple ahead of him, then he'd pull out a couple ahead of me. And it just kind of went back and forth the whole round.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Kev, did you check the scoreboard at all, or did you are you a scoreboard watcher, or did you know you were right there on the top? Or
I was definitely watching the scoreboard. I would say honestly every hole at about the 12th or 13th hole.
okay. So how did you play that 18th hole knowing that you were really going into it? I mean, all or nothing on 18, man. Conservative
How did I go
or
about it? Well, coming off 17, I missed about a 2.5-foot putt that, looking
Ooh.
back on it, would have been for the W.
Ooh, you always look back at those. You always look back at those shots. The would have, could have, but didn't.
But it made me not think for my next drive and just bomb it out there. As long as it doesn't land in that creek, I'll play it from anywhere it lands, as long as it's in play. I know I'll end up with a par. That's what I was telling myself, and that's what I was going for. But we both had birdie putts on 18, so it was fun. It was interesting.
That's
We both missed
awesome.
them. We settled for pars, but it was fun.
What is the most difficult part of the Swan down there in your eyes? What did you struggle with the most?
Well, what I struggled with the most, I would say, is I'm usually a much, much better putter than what I was there
Okay.
that day. What do I think the most difficult thing at that course is? Any downhill elevation shots.
Okay.
Or when you're on an undulation itself hitting the shot. I think you'll run into a lot of them in a round.
So I know we talked about it was kind of a 4-man race. We had Josh Each creeping up right behind you and Maxwell. But was there any point when you had a gut feeling that this was going to be a 2-man battle between you and Jason? Any part of the tournament?
When I kept watching him put it in the back of the cup. I mean, he was just consistent. It seemed like, looking back, I don't know if it was true. 10 feet. You were pretty locked in at 10 feet, I'd say.
Yeah.
That helps, man. That helps.
Sure.
For sure, man. All right, let's go down to the winner, man. Congratulations, first off, Jason. I have a couple questions for you, brother. Same kind of questions. What did you think of the Swan, man? What did you think of that golf course?
Man, that golf course is awesome. It's really good shape, nice views, all that. You know, I can't complain about it at all. Great golf course. Yeah.
Did you? I mean, so obviously Kevin said that his struggle was the putting, which he could have changed. Your struggle was not. Kevin said you were nutting everything. What is one part of the game that you feel like you could have changed, that you could have put your score down into the 70s?
I couldn't get off the tee to save my life that day. Really, I mean, on the front 9, I did. I started off a little shaky. I was +4 through 4 holes, and then I finished the last 5 holes at 2 under. So I went, +2 for the front 9, and then as soon as we got to the back 9, my tee shots were getting a little errant and putting me in pretty bad situations. So I was kind of scrambling the whole rest of the way, just trying to hang on, you know.
Yeah, that's how huge those putts are, man. That's how huge those putts are.
The putter definitely saved me big time that day.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the old adage, right? Putt for dough.
That's right.
Yeah, try for show, putt for dough. No doubt. I mean, and then let me ask you, did you go out and celebrate with your old man? Because that's awesome. Father-son duo to win the first event.
that was pretty cool. And yeah, we did. We had a couple beers afterwards when we got back home and hung out on the back deck here. And,
that's great.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, your dad's awesome. I was really happy to see him. Nothing I like Brian DeBell. Again, it's when I say I love seeing somebody win, I like seeing everybody win. But definitely was cool seeing your dad take it. I should have invited him on the podcast. I didn't even think of inviting the D-Flight champ. We'll get him on this season. I know he's listened to the pod, so
he does.
Absolutely, man. So are you guys planning on playing Freer Park, the 2-day event?
I am. I don't think he is, but I'm definitely going to be there.
Okay, sweet. Kev, you're not going to make it, huh?
No, I'm trying to.
Okay.
I can't commit yet, but I'm definitely
all right.
leaning towards it right now.
Listen, work it all out now, man, because you need to get it in.
I got a hand one to Jason, man. I gotta get it back.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm really, really looking forward to playing over at my home course. I am just praying that we have a dry, decent, warm day, because last year, I mean, I was bragging,
bro.
It was like one of the worst, miserable rounds. Evan, when I say just windy, cold, and sideways rain, when it's like, that kind of day, and it did not let up all day. Right. It just doesn't let up. Basically, I think of the second day, I texted Josh. No, it wasn't Josh. I'm sorry. It was Greg Tudor, the head super over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm not just texting this because I'm like 100% out of the tournament, because I was at that point. I say, I'm texting you this because I care about the tournament. I'm like, literally, there's like greens are puddling up right now. Like, and we're still out here. I'm like, I don't know if we should even be out here playing. We ended up finishing through, but it was just terrible. It was not Freer Park golf, and it's just not fun playing in that weather. So I'm just praying we get some good weather over there for the boys that are coming out of town to play the course. Because I play it every week. I play it 2-3 times a week, so I'm biased of the course. But Ev, you have any info on that upcoming event?
Well, on Freer, signups are looking good. I think it's going to be a pretty strong turnout. I've had a number of people. Again, I think I saying earlier, we had 3 people rejoin the tour today. That are still in that like pending, go through the office at National. A couple people signed up for Freer Park. A couple people signed up for Troy. So we're starting to see some interest that's going down further. I think it's going to be a great event. I think the 2 days thing's got people, excited for it. A couple people that said they never played at Freer were excited to go play it just to see someplace new. I think that's one of the big attractions for some of our new guys on tour, is that they just, like seeing new places. They know they're going to have a good game, playing competitive golf to get out there. I think that's a huge draw. I think everyone's going to love it. And, from what I've heard, I've actually never, this, I've never played Freer myself. So I'm, excited to get a look at that. And I think it's going to be a great venue for our new added side game, the 3-putt pool.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So, I mean, we had a carryover from the first event. Nobody won it. So, there's a little extra incentive to get in on that, because that's going to be, a nice one. But, sometimes when we were down in Florida, we'd have that, and you'd have someone who is, again, deflate guys in there. All of a sudden, a putter gets hot, and you win. It's been building for 3, 4, 5 rounds, and it's a $1,500 payday. It's like the superest of super skins.
Explain to me how the 3-putt pool works. You have to go a full round without 3-putting, basically, or you have to. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, it's Kev. It's
Is it
You have
2
to.
rounds that you would have to not 3-putt for the tournament, or is it just
Nope,
18
it goes round by round.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I generally expect myself to have high standards, but that would be brutal. Go 36 holes straight without
Not
three.
at Freer, not
right.
ever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
So
that'd be hell.
Evan, does it typically carry over a few rounds, that
Yeah.
pool?
So
Usually, I think we ran stats in this when I was down south, and I think if you have 50 players, it usually takes about between 75 and 90 rounds for it to cash out.
Wow.
So if
we had basically 30 for the first one. Not everybody got in, but everybody 3-putted. So even the people that didn't get in, there's nobody in the entire field that got through it. So I would say, statistically, we're looking at the second round at Freers when it's likely, from a
pure statistic standpoint to
Sure.
hit, if
Okay.
the greens are a little tougher
at Freer, okay, it might be down the road. But again, that's what makes it so fun, is that it's a pot that just keeps building.
Mhm.
And
again,
it's the superest super skin. It can be 36 holes, and I think a couple times I saw it split, and it's almost like the people who split it are disappointed because they're expecting a bigger payout. Like so and so also went this whole round. But it's fun. Yeah,
That's awesome. So, and then we're changing up we're not doing polies this year. You're just doing one winner for closest to the pin,
Yep.
correct?
Yeah, so
we're doing 2. I'm doing it by group.
Okay.
So I did champ and A, and then B, C, and D.
Okay.
there's two reasons there. One, I didn't think
It was right because I think for the most part, I'll double check the yardage on each event as we get like closer to it. But it'll be by T color, right? Because it's not really a fair closest to the pin style event if you have people playing from 180 in the champ and A flight, and then playing from 140 in the B, C, and D flight. So
closest to the pin for people that are across.
So that we're going to do it by group just to kind of let more people get into it, and make sure that people are, it's from the same yardage.
Nice.
That's really the rationale there.
Do you have in front of you the winners of the closest to the pins this week? We give them a shout out or not in front of you?
Man.
I think.
I should. Hang on.
I have it. I could find it real quick. If not, you posted it.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. So we had for the closest to the pin. Oh man, I'm glad I read this because I almost forgot to give my one man a shout out. So where the hell is it? A flight shot of the day. I'm gonna wait on the shot of the day though.
I know they. Yeah, as I said, we can't skip the shot of the day.
No, I can't skip the shot of the day. I thought you posted on here the closest to the pin winner.
I did. Wrote it
somewhere.
So
Max
Levitt had the one at like 17 feet, and the other one was a ways away. It was like 50 feet or 48 feet.
For the B, C, and D
B, C,
play?
and D, yeah.
That's all right though. It gives everybody it gives you a shot, which is awesome. Gives everybody a shot.
Well, actually, so one of the things, because I'm a nerd and I'm, I can't help
it sometimes. I went through everybody who got paid out for something, whether it was from skins or from, one of the actual tournament prizes or closest to the pin. And more than half the field got paid something. It was like 58%.
That's awesome.
Got some type of, prize money coming back.
Nice.
Even though they're still sitting in an envelope with me.
So I have on the screen right now my man, the one and only Johnny Calloway, who would have taken the skin of all super skins if he got in super skin, but I don't think he did. I think he just got in flight skin. No, he didn't. He told me he didn't. But yeah, he had an eagle from 200 out on one of the par fives.
Yeah, so it was
on 15, and he was, I think he said it was like 202 or 203 out, and he hit it and it landed just short and, rolled right in center cut. Nice little 200-yard hole out. I wish I would have seen it, but he was amped about it. It takes
Yeah.
what was otherwise a rough day and makes it feel way
Absolutely.
better.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was hyped. He was hyped. I know he had a great time, a good day. He's looking forward to Freer Park in a couple weeks. But yeah, I bring him into work. I pick him up. He works maintenance in my building, my office building, and
Yeah.
he was fun. That's why I quoted. That was what I'm not gonna say over the air what he said, but the bars are better. He was that was exactly his words with the so we'll move that to birdies are better for skins from now on. That was a slight hiccup because Johnny was like, I got a measly $26, man. He's like, I should have got more. He was funny.
Well, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
No, that's he was just busting out. He didn't care. Everyone would have been 50 maybe if anything. But no, the par it was on pars are better for the first round, and we'll switch.
I think there's only one
Par that won a skin.
Oh, really? Okay.
Might have been 0. There were a lot of skins because there were a lot of birdies. There were a lot of eagles too.
Yeah. No, and a lot cancel each out. So
I know there was an eagle
on 8 that was a skin, his on 15, and I feel like there was what's the first par 5 on the front 9? Is that
what do you got, Kev?
Is that 5 or 6?
I didn't play, so I don't remember.
But I think both of the par 5s in the front had an eagle.
I wonder if I could bring up the skins. It would probably
8 is a par 5.
Yeah, 8 definitely did.
I think that's the one that did Durway? Did he have that eagle? Man, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Oh, he had
That's
an
the
eagle.
one. That's the one you watched my approach from the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yep. I was going to leave that out.
You didn't watch from the parking lot. I hit it from the parking lot.
I mean, again, I was going to let you, avoid that one if you wanted to.
Oh man, this is the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, man. We don't leave anything out. We talk about good shots, bad shots, all shots, baby. But yeah, man, I'm just happy the event went well. The weather was good. I mean, when I say the weather was good last year, I feel like it rained almost every event. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was just always shitty. Hey, we had a cloud over our head, if you guys know what I'm saying. But we're good now, man. We are good now. But boys, I'm really looking forward to Freer Park. I have the website underneath for anybody that doesn't know by now to get signed up over at www.amateurgolftour.net. Go find a tour near me. Go to New York Upstate and sign up now. It's only $90 and you could join the fun. So set it up. And then, of course, I have to give a shout out. Evan is actually one of my sponsors for the podcast. Evan, why don't you give any of the listeners that don't know about what else you do for anybody that wants to get some work in, bro?
Yeah, so I'm the owner and head pro at Hudson Valley Indoor Golf. With their logos up, perfect. Love that. And basically when I'm not doing upstate golf tour stuff, I'm teaching and coaching and club fitting. I think I had 11 lessons today. Between club fittings, I had 2 juniors, couple women, couple low handicappers, and 3 fittings. So we're rocking and rolling. We've got everything you could possibly want to try. For anybody who needs some gear or equipment, so come on in and get it checked out. We'll get you dialed in. And I mean, honestly, I'm just truly blessed. I get to be around golf all day, every day. I'm running events, hanging out with you guys, having a good time there, helping people get better at a game that I love and we all love. It doesn't get any better than that. So it's awesome.
100%. It's going to be a great season, guys. It is going to be a great season. I have a good feeling about this year. And I'm coming after all y'all sea flyers at Freer Park. So look out, fellas. So far I've been in the high 80s this year. I think I shot an 89 on Saturday. Was my last full round I played over there. So not playing too bad, man, as long as I could keep it in play on the front 9, because there's a couple holes that I will say You want to play it safe. Let's see, you got 5. You got white stakes on 5, the goalie hole. I mean, you only need to really carry it 1 from probably the tees we're playing, 195, 200. So you really can keep the driver in the bag. But if you want to go for the green, you could get there. But if you get crazy, you put it off right, ball's going, you're re-teeing. And then don't let 18 be a round ruiner for you. 18 is also white stake to the right, very short hole. I mean, you could lay up to the 150 marker and keep yourself safe. So those are 2 sneaky holes I'll give to you. And of course, I got to give you 8. They have 8, the hardest hole on the course, for a reason. The green doesn't look it, but I don't know. Kev, I see Kev shaking his head. Kev, I'm going to unmute Kev's mic here. Did you mute it, Kevin?
So,
there you go. What do you have to say about 8?
So I'm willing to say that there's going to be a 3-putt on every hole throughout the tournament.
See, that's the extra side action. We should have a separate one
Where you can bet that, all or nothing.
Yeah.
there will be a
3-putt on every hole.
Jason, when was the last time you played for your par?
Last year at that tournament.
Oh boy, so you didn't even get to see the real speed of the greens.
No, not yet. I might
Oh
try to sneak over there this weekend, maybe.
You should. You definitely.
But I know that course pretty well. I played it a bunch of times.
So 8. Let me just tell you about 8. Depending on where the pin is, you want your approach shot regardless to be on the right side, which is the lower side of the green, no matter what. Because if you're on the left and the high side, you're wasting your shot regardless. So if your second shot is on the fringe up on the high side, your ball, unless you hit the pin and drop in, your ball is rolling off the green and then down. Like it's just, there's no stopping it regardless. So it's a waste of shot. So just make sure your approach shot is on the right side of the green, because that's where you're going to end up on your third shot anyways if you're on the high side there. Kev, do you remember what I'm talking about on 8?
Yeah, I mean, everything runs off to the right. Everything from the middle of the green runs off to the right and to the back right. And
you could shoot a dart, dude, in the midsummer.
Speed. Every turn just adds speed to it.
Yeah. It's just you could, and then like midsummer, it's almost like unfair. Like there's times where the pin is on the high side and you're on the low side, and you putt it up and you don't give it enough. And it is coming back. Oh yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those holes. So you should go. You should go sit over there, Evan. Sit on a couple holes and kind of watch the people struggle. It'll be fun for you to watch for sure.
I think I'll bring
Like windmill and a clown's mouth. Put out there too.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Listen, this was fun. We're gonna try to do this every week. Evan, you don't necessarily have to come on every week. I know you're busy, dude.
Yeah.
But I will run a recap every week for the winners, for the players. We'll get somebody on here from the event, and we'll chop it up.
Yeah,
be
sounds
fun,
good.
Man. Awesome. All right, guys. Jason, again, congratulations for your win. First win of the year. Keep it up. Kev, I hope to see you at Freer Park. Hopefully you work it out, brother. And I know you will. And Evan, again, looking forward to an awesome season as you as the new director. I think it's going to be a huge success. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
great year.
Thanks for all the listeners for tuning in. I know I get a ton of support already from the Golfweek family. They love the podcast, so I'm sure they're going to be tuning into this one. A couple of them are looking forward to it. So thank you for the support, listening to the podcast, and it'll be a great 2026 season. We'll catch you all on the next podcast. See you next time.
Feel the breeze, fairways calling down the tees, roll it smooth.